The cursor pulsed steadily on the empty screen. 400 pages, 2 years of relentless effort, erased completely. I searched every directory, every backup drive on my computer. Empty. My novel, the one I had to discuss with Harco Publishing in just 6 hours, had disappeared as if it had never been written. Desperate for any sign. My father appeared in the doorway, holding his coffee, wearing that satisfied grin that signaled victory. My book. Where is it? He took a slow sip, enjoying the pause. I removed it last night. You left your laptop unlocked? Reckless move. My heart sank. You erased my novel. Every single one of those 400 pages filled with fantasy nonsense. Elves, spells, and all the rest you've been squandering your life on. That was 2 years of dedication. My voice broke. I have a meeting with the publisher today. My mother corrected, stepping up beside him. Authors are simply grown-ups who never stopped pretending. It's time you matured, Naomi. Your sister markets cosmetics and earns actual income, she added. 80,000 this year. What have your tales brought in? 0. Because I haven't been published yet. This appointment was pointless. My father placed his mug down decisively. I spared you the humiliation. Harco Publishing. They probably see thousands of daydreamers like you. Now at least you can concentrate on finding proper employment. My sister Chloe chose that instant to glide in, swinging her luxury handbag. Did you mention the opening at my business? We need help fulfilling orders. Entry-level pay, but it's legitimate work. I hold a master's in creative writing. Which set us back $50,000, my mother remarked sharply. To do what? Stay holed up in your room inventing worlds like a kid. I'm 28. Still under our roof, my father reminded me. Because creators require space to craft. He mimicked my tone scornfully, echoing my own argument. Well, that space has expired. Secure a genuine job or move out. I gazed at them. My own family. The ones who once read me fairy tales at bedtime. Who gifted me my first journal. Who used to cheer for my ambitions. When did they transform into people who viewed my calling as a defect? The meeting is in 6 hours, I said softly. This could alter everything. Nothing's altering, my mother declared. You'll phone them, express regret for wasting their time, and then submit real applications. Chloe's firm is hiring. So is the supermarket. Even fast food would beat this, make-believe. They walked away, leaving me facing the blank display. 2 years. 800 hours of drafting. Endless edits. Characters I'd nurtured. Given depth to. Cherished like close companions. Vanished because my father concluded I required a harsh lesson. They had no clue the novel was already published. But they were soon going to discover what occurs when you attempt to erase a writer's vision. See, what my parents failed to grasp about contemporary publishing, what they never inquired about during their mission to normalize me, was that major houses don't schedule meetings with writers who only possess digital files. They schedule with authors who have secured contracts. Who've already committed to terms. Who've already completed rounds of professional edits. My appointment today wasn't a submission. It was a release planning meeting. For a book already produced. Already distributed to distribution centers. Already available for pre-sale on Amazon. The book I'd sold half a year earlier for a substantial 6-figure advance I'd kept secret. I took out my phone and dialed my editor, Elaine. Naomi. Prepared for this afternoon? The team is thrilled. Minor delay. My parents wiped my local file of the manuscript. A beat of quiet. Then chuckles. They did what? So old school. Lucky for us, it's secured in dozens of locations, not to mention the 10,000 printed copies in storage. They're unaware of the contract. Or the payment. Or anything. Ah. Her tone softened with recognition. That kind of household. Explains the post office box for all mail. How do you wish to handle it? I considered. The years of, when will you grow up? The way they celebrated Chloe's commissions while belittling my short story placements in journals. The disdain when they labeled me immature. I'll attend the meeting, I replied. But I may need new lodging afterward. Darling, with your advance, you can afford something lasting. See you at 2. I ended the call and checked my inbox. Dozens of emails from my agent. All buzzing with launch anticipation. Cover shares from influencers with early editions. Requests for podcast appearances. And one message that brought a grin. Ms. Blake, we're delighted to announce that your title, The Final Guardian, will appear in our employee recommendations at every Barnes & Noble nationwide beginning next Tuesday. I had 6 hours before the session. 6 hours to choose my approach. I could reveal everything immediately. Witness their smugness crumble into astonishment. Force apologies, pleased to share in the triumph. Or, I slipped into my professional attire. The ensemble they'd ridiculed as costume play when I'd worn it to readings. Packed an overnight bag with necessities. Printed key papers. Then headed downstairs for breakfast as if all was normal. There she is, my father said brightly. Ready to enter reality? In fact, yes. I poured myself coffee, hands steady. I've reflected on your words. My mother brightened. Good. You're correct. It's time to accept facts. I'll apply at Chloe's workplace. Apply? Chloe snorted. It's not formal. You simply arrive and begin boxing products. Perfect. When can I begin? You're serious? She eyed me warily. You're abandoning the writing fantasy. Authors are merely adults refusing to mature, aren't they? And I'm exhausted from falling short. Their shift was immediate. My father patted my back. My mother beamed. Chloe chattered about perks and possible promotion to register operator eventually. This is fantastic. My mother exclaimed. We knew you'd come around. That publisher thing was pure illusion. Exactly. I drained my cup. Still, I ought to cancel in person. Common decency. Waste of fuel, my father muttered. It's en route to Chloe's shop. I'll submit the form afterward. They were too elated with their win to protest. I departed with their approval, Chloe's orientation packet, and a bag holding irreplaceable items. The session was downtown Portland, in a stunning historic structure radiating literary prestige. Hartwell Publishing claimed the upper floors. I'd visited before. For signing the deal. For revision meetings. For the unreal instant they presented a check representing independence. Naomi. The front desk smiled warmly. Adore the look. Pure writer on the go. Appreciate it, Sarah. Is the group assembled? Conference Room B. They're arranging the showcase copies. Showcase copies. Of my novel. The one my father believed he'd destroyed. I entered a space filled with my creation. Piles of elegant hardbacks featuring the artwork I'd envisioned. A guardian entwined around an ancient spire. Stars emerging beyond. My name prominently displayed. Naomi Blake. Not immature dreamer. Not hobbyist scribe. Legitimate author. There's our talent. Elaine approached quickly, clasping my hands. Ready to launch you into stardom. The following hours blurred with promotion plans, virtual tour dates, and talks about the sequel underway. They shared initial feedback. Raves from Kirkus. Praise from trade outlets. Pre-sales surpassed projections. International deals in negotiation. We're planning a 30-city tour, the publicity head announced. Kicking off at Powell's locally, naturally. Then onward to Seattle, LA, wonderful. I signed documents, posed holding the book, reviewed media responses. As we concluded, Elaine drew me aside. About the living arrangements. I'll manage. I have the advance, just need to search. My cousin's seeking a flat. Flatmate. Lovely spot in the Pearl. Creative vibe. She's a novelist. Interested? Truly. We look after our writers. Particularly those facing family interference. Texted her, dropped your name. You could settle in this week. I exited with a carton of author copies, freedom in my grasp, and a phone I'd ignored. 20 missed calls from Chloe. 30 messages escalating from concern to panic. I drove to her boutique and parked. Through the glass, I saw her at the register, phone to ear, gesturing dramatically. I took one book and entered. No idea where she went. She claimed she'd come here but she noticed me. Thank goodness. Where were you? Your hour's overdue. They filled the spot. No problem. I placed the book on the counter. I had an appointment. You said you'd cancel. Her gaze dropped to the cover. To the artwork. To my name. What's this? My story. The one Dad erased. Fortunately, publishers maintain multiple backups. She lifted it carefully, turned to the imprint page, the acknowledgement, the author note with my picture. This is genuine. As genuine as your cosmetics revenue. More tangible, really. This is my passion, bound and printed, soon on shelves across the country. But, how? When? 6 months back, while you boasted about bonuses, I inked a major contract. As Mom labeled me useless, I refined with professionals. As Dad schemed to wipe my progress, it was already manufactured. Her expression shifted rapidly. Disbelief. Fury. A flicker perhaps of admiration before landing on familiar envy. You deceived us. I shielded myself from you. There's a distinction. Mom and Dad are frantic. What? Erased once more? Too late. I displayed my phone, the retailer site. There it was. My title. Pre-order live. $27.99. Though family might negotiate a discount, she typed rapidly. I pictured the group messages detonating. Blame. Claims on earnings. Abrupt shift from scorn to avarice. My phone rang. Dad. I answered on speaker. Naomi, return home immediately. We must address your dishonesty. I'm at the shop now. Chloe has my book. Want proof? Book? He feigned indifference, but doubt crept in. Your silly tale. My released novel. The one you removed. Already stocked. The one that funded my independence, comfortable living, and no need to pack cosmetics for low wages. Quiet. Impossible. Houses don't. Don't what? Don't release fantasy. Don't offer advances. Don't support dreamers who won't mature. I smiled at Chloe, snapping photos of pages for proof. Turns out they do. Especially for skilled ones. If this is some vanity print. Hartwell Publishing. Big 5 imprint. Verify their site, I'm highlighted on the front page. More quiet. I envisioned him searching desperately, face reddening at confirmation. You hid this for months. You destroyed my work because you deemed me inadequate. Who's truly at fault? We're your parents. We're entitled to exactly what you offered me. Nothing. No encouragement. No faith. No regard. So that's your share. No funds from the advance. No borrowed prestige. No boasting about your accomplished child. You wouldn't. I would. I have. I am. I reclaimed the book, traced my name. You believed you could erase my aspirations. But they were already tangible. Already circulating. Already beyond your limited view. Come home. We'll sort this. I'm not returning. Ever. I have a place in the Pearl and a nationwide tour launching soon. Interviews scheduled, sequel in progress. A life, at last. One you can't erase. Naomi. I disconnected. Chloe stared, still gripping the copy. 80,000, she murmured. What? My cosmetics sales last year. You earned? Far more. Considerably, and that's merely the advance. Royalties, translations, film interest incoming. Film? Streaming services circling. I shrugged casually, though exhilarated inside. My agent's negotiating. She glanced at the cover again. Then at me. For an instant, her mask slipped. I wrote once. High school. Short poems. I recall. Mom called it foolish. Said. Pursue profitable paths. Mom erred. Yes, she fingered the design. May I purchase this? Full price. No discount. You want my novel. I want to read my sister's work. The authentic version. Not the erased one. I smiled. Keep that copy. I have plenty more in the car. She pressed it close. They'll freak out. Likely. They'll claim they motivated you. Let them attempt. I've documented years of their criticism. Difficult to take credit with receipts. You recorded? Writers notice details. We document. We recall. And occasionally, we fictionalize family as antagonists. Her eyes grew wide. Did you? Chapter 14. The Guardian's kin who betray her to shadow forces, denying magic's existence. Familiar? Dad will threaten legal action. He's free to. Satires defended. Plus, he'd admit publicly to being the unsupportive patriarch. She laughed genuinely. Brilliant. Authors are failed grown-ups, correct? With endless time for calculated comebacks. Boron. A message from the poet flatmate. Elaine mentioned housing need. Available tomorrow? Rent $900 including bills. Your opening chapter moved me deeply. Happy tears. Hoping yes. Must run, I told Chloe. Viewing the apartment. Hold on, she caught my sleeve. What should I say? The truth. Your disappointment daughter just debuted professionally. Your pretend author launched a legitimate path. Your failure evolved into someone you'll forever insist you supported. They'll revise the past. Claim unwavering belief. Fortunately, I'm the storyteller. I dictate the version. I left her there, book as armor against the chaos ahead. Drove to my fresh start with a vehicle loaded with indestructible dreams. Met my new roommate, a vibrant poet who embraced me and declared, anyone whose relatives try erasing their art belongs here. That evening, in my new space with cartons of books and a device brimming with restored visions, I launched a blank file. Began writing. Chapter 1, the morning after her father erased her story, Lydia Blake. Hit the bestseller lists. Occasionally, the finest retribution isn't rage or showdowns. Occasionally it's achievement they can't undo, visions they can't seize, a destiny beyond their grasp. My parents assumed they'd wiped my novel. They merely erased their claim to my triumph. The book was already printed. Just like my independence. Just like my tomorrow. Delete that.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a twist. Stay tuned to Reddit Tales Times for your daily dose of drama, laughs, and unbelievable stories.